shadows play. Legends come alive at the break of day. Footsteps echo loud, but no one's there. Bigfoot's lurking in the midnight air. Dark house beneath the moonlit gloom. Eyes that shine like fire in a room of doom. Poltergeist dancing, moving through the halls. Ancient secrets breaking through the walls. O.C.S.T is more than a name. Bigfoot and stuff, it's a whole new game. Chasing the truth in a silent night. Empowered by the mystery, fueled by the fright. Cryptids in your mind, let your wonder grow. The hidden world is ours to know. From the forest deep to the attic's dust. Oh, O.C.S.T, we're learning to trust. Tracks in the snow where the brave won't tread. Hidden voices calling from the things we've read. The unknown things with a haunting sound, empowering us as the tales go around. O.C.S.T is more than a name. Bigfoot and stuff, it's a whole new game. Chasing the truth in the silent night. Empowered by the mystery, fueled by the fight. O.C.S.T, it's more than a name. Bigfoot and stuff, it's a whole new game. Chasing the truth in the silent night. Empowered by the mystery, fueled by the fight. Fueled by the fight.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to O.C.S.T.
Bigfoot and stuff.
I'm your host, Harold, and this is Christy.
CRJ Designs, everybody. No.
All right, let's see who's in the chat. Judy Wheeler was first one in the chat.
Judy.
Yeah, Michelle McGuire, good to see you. Let's see who else.
Of course, me.
Of course. The Wolf Lady.
Hey, Cat. And Cat. You can't forget Cat.
I was getting to it. How you doing, Wolf Lady? Jim's camera at dawn. Hey, Jim, how you doing?
Hey, Jim. What's up? Beatles, Bigfoot? What? Question marks?
Yeah. The
the picture?
Yeah,
I was wondering. Okay, I get it.
Rendition of the Beatles' famous photograph. The oil painting done by someone. Let's see.
Hey, CJ.
CJ's in the chat. Good to see you.
Hey, Emmy. How's it going?
Good to see you, Emmy. Michael Haywood.
What's up, brother?
Haywood.
Let's see, Michael. How many fish did you catch today?
Yep, the Abbey Road pick. You're right, Jim. I have the I've had it for a long time. It's wearing out on me now, but I have the wrestler formerly known as Edge. One of his t-shirts was rendition of Abbey Road. It had him spearing John Lennon on it.
Hey, Stevie B, how are you?
Stevie B, good to see you.
It's good to see you. We still continue prayers for you and your dad and moms. And get some rest.
Yeah,
you deserve it. Yes, please.
Get some rest. Everybody,
please.
Say a prayer for
Stevie
B and her mom.
No, Dad.
Or her dad, I mean.
Well, her mom too, but
Yeah. Let's see. All right, I'm going to
oh my goodness.
post the link in the chat. If anybody wants to come up, just click on the link, and you don't have to show your face.
You can be like this.
Yep, you can either do that or you can do this. Stop camera, and nobody will see your face.
See,
Or you can just turn it on and scare everybody like I do.
like me.
No. Yeah, today is open mic night. We don't have a set subject for the show, except it is Bigfoot and stuff. So
Obviously, with the picture of the Beatles, Bigfoot. I don't even know. It's a stuff.
Bigfoot, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Bigfoot and stuff.
Yeah,
There-
that's the stuff, all right.
Mhm.
So if you hear the noise in the background, Colton had a doctor's appointment the other day, and so now he has to sit his feet for an hour, 30 minutes and half, 30 minutes heat, 30 minutes ice. So that's what he's doing.
Yep.
Huh?
That was this morning.
Was it this morning? See, my days go mixed up. That was this morning, everybody. Yeah. Oh, thanks. I turned it off. Oh,
Oh, we are working on a video, or I'm gonna start working on it. Anyways, I kind of started working today. I had to upload all the pictures. It's over 300 pictures. Video is going to be about the 89ers. If anybody knows about that, if you know Oklahoma history, the 89ers were
actually, it's the land run of 1889.
the land run of 1889. But if anybody knows what an 89er is, it pertains to the land run of 1889.
Yeah, but Kelly asked me about that this morning. Did you walk?
I have to do a little bit more research, and then I'll have the video out before too long. We were gonna show the pictures on here, and then didn't realize we had 300 plus pictures.
Somebody went picture happy.
I took a picture in the museum. There's an actual museum in Guthrie, Oklahoma, that's all about the
beginning of the statehood, basically.
because if those of you who don't know, Guthrie, Oklahoma used to be the capital of Oklahoma, the original capital.
Yeah. So he went picture crazy.
Hey, Sharon Guy.
Just a little bit. Hey, Sharon Guy, how's it going, girl?
Hey, Belinda. Nice to see you.
Hi, Michelle. I thought we said hi to you, but okay, hi,
Yeah,
Michelle.
Yeah,
Again.
hi, Michelle.
But anyway, so yeah, this last Saturday was a crazy day. We were actually in Guthrie from a little after 9 o'clock in the morning until just past 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yep.
It was cold. It was raining. It was still a fun day. It's just super. We all got cold. Bubba, what are you doing?
Hi.
He's a goofy.
I was
Hey, John.
just
Hey,
saying
John.
hi.
Good to see you.
So yeah, it was just a cold, rainy day,
Face the ace. Good to see you.
but still a good time with obviously family and about 50,000 other people. We actually took in a car show.
Oh yeah. We're gonna have to show y'all pictures.
I didn't get too many pictures of the car show. I think Colton is the one that
I didn't get any pictures of the car show.
Colton was the one that was really interested in the car show. So
Yep.
because he's a car guy.
Talk about Dorothy.
So Okay, he's just telling me. Tell him about Dorothy. Tell him about Dorothy. Okay. So everyone, if you guys
No
don't
audio?
know, huh?
Saying we have no audio.
What?
Um,
No audio?
any of you on here, can you hear us? Say yes in the chat if you can hear us. Yeah, we have audio.
John, do we have audio? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ace. 5 times 5, 25. Yes. Okay. Awesome. Thank you guys. You guys are amazing.
Thanks for the yeses.
Back to our Saturday. There was a car show, and if anybody knows the movie Twister, the first one, the yellow Jeep that they drove in the movie, well, it was actually the real Jeep was actually in the car show in Guthrie this last weekend. And so Colton and Cammie, and well, of course we all took pictures by it, but Colton and Cammie actually got to look into it and look inside of it. And
Hey, Joe even signed it.
yeah, and
That's cool.
Helen Hunt and what was Jim Paxton? Is that was his name?
Bill Paxton.
Bill Paxton actually signed inside the Jeep itself. So they were super stoked, super excited. They wanted to come home and watch Twister. I don't know. Did you guys actually come home and watch Twister that night? No.
That's the autograph.
But so anyway,
Yeah.
let's see if we can we show it? Will we get in trouble?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we won't get in trouble. It's
Okay. So that's the inside of the Jeep, autographed by.
Get the picture of the Jeep.
Okay, I don't know how to work his. Actually, that's Helen Hunt's.
And
Yeah.
Joe.
Yeah, well, Joe is her name.
Mm-hmm.
Joe. That's what I like to call it.
Yeah.
Oh, where'd it go? There it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Kat
Kat
says
says
she
she
has
has a picture of it. Okay.
There you go.
There.
You see Dorothy 2 in the back. Yeah.
So this was. It made the kids' day. Well, it made our day too, but and of course in the parade, it was in the parade as well. But
Yeah, there's a young
That was
couple that lives in Guthrie that has
actually,
they own it and they have a warehouse.
Actually, Guthrie's Body Shop.
Yes, Guthrie's Body Shop.
that where they
They
had
have
it?
a warehouse full of Twister memorabilia. If you're ever in Guthrie, go check it out.
yeah. Well, that in the Territorial Museum. That's what it's actually called. The Guthrie Territorial Museum. I can't even say it.
Yeah,
Territorial
yeah, we'll have
Museum.
pictures.
Yeah. So just coming soon is probably a double premiere. I would say it's a
Right.
double premiere.
Right. Michael Haywood said Philip Seymour Hoffman was also, yes, he was.
Yes. It was such a good film. We've seen the movie about, I don't know, 50,000 times. It's a good movie. We love
Mhm.
that movie.
One
so
of my favorite movies of all time.
yeah. So
Oh, look, a cow. Oh, look, another cow.
cow. Another cow. Think it's the same cow. Anyway.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, the iconic scene, food, when they want to go to Aunt May. I do that all the time. Food. So. Okay, enough about that.
Yeah. I might
Hi,
throw up
Melinda.
a couple of pictures from the museum in a little while, but it's gonna take a minute to go through them and
Oh
find
my
a good one.
gosh. Over 300 pictures.
Yeah.
And of course, he started taking.
I took a picture of everything in the museum
Sorry, I was laughing at him.
from going walking up to it and then going through the front door and then all the way on the first floor and upstairs. Every little thing that they had. I took pictures of. So we might do a premiere video showcasing it.
Universal Studios in Florida used to have the Twister ride. You sit on the front driver theater as tore up by the Twister. A flying cows. It was very cool.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
I just love the movie, and this time of year, we really like to watch that movie because
Michael Haywood says high speed hamburger.
high speed hamburger. Cow.
Oh.
Oh,
Hamburgers.
sorry.
Steaks.
White Castle. Oh. Anyway. And then Sunday, of course, Easter. So happy belated Easter. If you guys, I hope you guys had a blessed one for Easter.
Sorry.
Colton said happy 420.
Yeah, which was Easter.
Yep.
Yep.
Someone posted on Channel 9 this morning on the Facebook saying I think more people celebrated 420 than they did Easter this year. I was like, geez, it's sad.
Someone else was trying to do the same thing. Katz was trying to do what?
What someone else was trying to do the same thing. What are you referring to, Kat? Sorry.
Oh, you mean in wanting to make a video?
But yeah, so
Poor cows.
4 cows.
I bet the females had milkshakes or butter churned after that ride.
Oh my goodness. So that's what's coming up for us.
Mm-hmm.
A premiere with the celebration of 89ers and the history behind it, and it'll probably be a 2-part series depending on how well this goes.
And then once we get past all this rain that we got coming up, we're gonna try to do some Bigfoot and stuff episodes outdoors, not as like a full-fledged Bigfoot hunt, but sitting by the bonfire and
With our phones facing the outway.
Having our phones face behind us so that we can catch eye shine or movement in the complete darkness. I'll also have my night vision camera set up to catch anything.
So, you guys like that idea? I got the idea of kind of stole it from Jesse. Jesse went live the other night outside and she had a bonfire. So
yeah, we were also thinking about doing that a while back.
I know, but that's what got the idea in my head. Wolf Lady says, yeah.
Of course, I could have one of the boys maybe link in and walk back behind the house and show what's going on while we're sitting hosting the show. That could also happen.
Tell ghost stories in the. I don't know any.
I've got
stories,
plenty.
so.
I've got plenty of them.
You got plenty of stories. You always have plenty of stories.
Yeah. Yeah, this old boy's been through a lot.
So, y'all, she goes, Michelle goes, so you'll be having nuts share instead of
Not nuts, but butts.
Well,
yeah, it'll be butts on the ground.
Hey,
That's
you
a
made
good
me
one.
laugh. That's awesome.
That's a good one, Michelle.
You got me to laugh. That's awesome.
I don't think they'll let me print that though.
What? Nuts on the ground?
Butts on the ground.
Butts on the ground? Kind of suck. Kind of like that. But I don't care.
Maybe if I spell it Buttes on the ground.
Buttes. The
Yeah.
TZ. Buttes. Oh.
That would be funny. Yeah.
Oh, Connor says he has a few pictures from Saturday.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, then we need to get him in a video.
Except big butts. I might not. No, never mind. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Pine Knot.
So again, it's open mic night tonight. We don't really have any
Come on up and
any topic or any subject. We were just talking about the movie Twister.
kind of have small subjects, but yeah. Like I announced in 2 other lives, I got my test results back from my
Oh yeah.
colonoscopy, and they did a biopsy of 3 polyps, and they all came back what's the word, benign, so cancer free.
Yes, which we're very, very thankful.
Yeah,
we want to keep them around for a long time.
I gotta have another
To drive me
colonoscopy in
crazy.
5 years because one of the polyps was 12 millimeters. It's 12 millimeters across. So anything larger than 7, they have to do another colonoscopy in 5 years, just to make sure that.
I don't envy him. He was kind of cranky afterwards because he was hungry. And I think he ate like 5 plates of food that night. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm still losing weight.
That's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could lose some weight. More weight.
Yeah, it shocked me. The last time I weighed in, I was 231, and then went to the colonoscopy, and they weighed me, and I was at 225. So I was like, dang.
Like, get it. I wish. Never mind. Not going to go there. Hi, Grace. How are you tonight?
Hey, Grace.
Oh,
Good to see you.
so, okay. Throw out a topic. Maybe we'll come up with it.
Hit that link.
Snuck in a sandwich. Actually, I was kind of perturbed with the doctors that afternoon. Let's put it that way. His appointment was supposed to be at 2:30. They were told us to be there at 1 o'clock. So knowing that we have to drive a little bit, we left our house and we got there at 20 to 1.
Yep.
He didn't get seen out of the waiting room until 2:30. He went back there. I thought, after he went back there, he would be done like instantly or whatever. At 4 o'clock, I guess what time? No, take that back. 3:30. They
Yeah,
came back
3:30.
and said, "Hey, Christy, Harold's ready for you to come see him now." So is he done already? Oh no, he hasn't even started. Y'all, his appointment was at 2:30.
Yeah.
I was livid.
And of course, I'm in my gown laying in the hospital bed, so no way for me to go out and say, hey, and I left my phone with her, so I had no communication.
So
But-
I was just a little upset. Be an understatement word.
Oh yeah, and then they filled my hands full of needles and
Oh yeah, poked him like 15 times because
couldn't get down.
liquid diet. He was dehydrated because he had it all out. Couldn't get a vein. Yeah.
Yeah, so they poked me a couple times in here, and they moved that thing around.
Yeah, don't need to know play-by-play on
Got-
that.
Tried sticking me in here, didn't work. So I said, hey, my left arm is my good arm. You might want to try that.
Oh, I was a little. I had a few choice words. Ask Harold because I went in and vented to him.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much to the doctor. And then the young lady nurse, whatever, after they had wheeled him out, I didn't really want him to stay in the room that he was in. And they said, oh, he'll be in here in about 20 minutes. I'm like, okay. I said, but isn't there a waiting room outside of this room? No. Okay.
So they make you stay in the room and wait, and you're looking at the walls, and you're
actually
wondering,
I was looking at the heart machine and the blood pressure.
You're wondering
thing.
if your significant other is going to make it through okay, first of all, and then you're wondering when they're going to come back in. I think they made her wait because I was the last patient of the day, so they made her wait back there because everybody else, they were coming out to the lobby to tell them, oh, it's time to come get your.
But anyway, the nurse lady comes in and says, ma'am, do you want anything to drink? I mean, I can get you some whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, I'm good for right now, whatever. And she comes in and like, it seemed like 2 seconds later. I'm sure it was probably 20 minutes. But and then she's like, well, here he is. He's all done. He did good, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, John says because they do 10 procedures at one time. They told me they only had one procedure going, and I had to wait on that one.
So. But anyway, so he was still kind of out of it. I mean, he was awake when he came in the room, but he was still kind of out of it, which I wish I could have recorded him. It was kind of funny, but I didn't because he told me no. But she's like, are you sure you don't want anything? Before he came in, I said, no, make sure he gets something to drink. And then so when he came in, he the nurse asked what he wanted to drink, and he shocked me because he said Pepsi, and I about gagged.
Because they didn't have any Coke.
They had Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
What am I going to do with him, y'all? He passed up Dr. Pepper. Jim, get after him. But anyway.
Local Squatch. Hey, Local Squatch.
Hey, Local. How are you?
Hey, you guys switch places. Well, not really. We mirrored the...
that, and we rearranged our living room.
Yeah.
This is actually a wall, not against the curtains. Yeah. So, yeah, we switched it up just a little bit.
It might look like we switched places, but we didn't. We switched location.
In my living room. Thanks to Colton.
No, I only temporarily did the Pepsi, CJ.
Yeah, Connor, I about gagged. And then, of course, he's like, here, babe, do you want a drink? And by that time, I was thirsty as heck. And I feel faint. Dr. Pepper, question marks? Dr. Pepper's the bomb. Anyway, and so I took a swig of it way after the nurse left the room, whatever. And I went, because I forgot it was Pepsi. Anyway.
Didn't care. I was thirsty.
He was thirsty. And he was very hungry. And so I asked him after hey, Arcane, yeah, you're late. You are so in trouble. Hey, girl, how are you? And so after we left the doctor's office, I asked him, I said, we have a little bit of cash left. Do you want to go eat it somewhere? Because
hey, Jess,
I'm sure he was starving. And he said, no, just go home and make something. So that's what we did. I don't remember what we had that night, but.
Well, no, we stopped at the On-Q.
Well, because we were hungry. And we got a snack. And then I went home and made something.
And I ate. And I ate, and I ate.
Yeah. So I bet you gained that 5 pounds back, babe.
No.
Anyway. The doctor didn't find it funny. John, what are you talking about? I missed something, did I?
Doctor didn't find it funny.
It's okay, Jess.
Said, that's funny. And he replied to John when I woke up.
Oh.
From my wife's said I asked, are they through? Oh, I'm not going to say that word. Can't say it.
Yeah, he didn't say anything like that. He told the nurse that he didn't even have time to dream because he took a nap and he didn't even have time to dream. And
Yeah, where's cornbread?
he I looked at him after he said that and I said, "You don't dream, or you don't ever remember your dreams if you do dream." So I was really kind of shocked when he said that.
Yeah, I have this thing where if I remember a dream, it's a very significant dream. I don't remember my small time dreams where it's, but
I don't remember I don't dream. The other night I woke up with a nightmare though.
had a hard time sleeping last night. One reason was because when I closed my eyes last night, I actually had a vision, and it wasn't pretty. So, but
You
I'm
didn't
not
wake
gonna.
me up.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
I even sent Cornbread a message. Should we fire him? Should we put him on a timeout? Teasing.
Oh, they have a show. He's getting ready for their show at midnight tonight.
Yeah, what in the name of everything? Holy crap. It's midnight. I'd be sleeping. But he wants to do a night shift. Actually, he's going to read something, I think.
Yeah,
That's what
he's going to read something. It's
Yeah.
going to be pretty cool.
Hit that like, everyone. Yes, please hit the like, everybody.
Hit the like. Let's
We
find
like
that
likes.
banner.
We
Here we go.
we like likes and we like comments. So
Yeah, remember,
I'll be
hit the
awake.
like, comment, share, and subscribe, and hit that
You
notification
don't
bell.
sleep ever. Well, hello AI mode. How are you? You're not late. You're good.
Yeah, what's sleep? I think what I do is just power down.
That's what sleep is.
No,
Power down.
no, because usually your brain still works when you're sleeping. Well, I can't remember my dreams because my brain shuts down.
You have a
Yeah. I'm the scarecrow, and I got a brain.
aha.
Uh-huh.
Sorry.
Now you got to be like Tin Man and get a heart.
Yeah. I'm gonna stuff you full of straw and put you outside and see if you can't take the crows away.
Pretty sure they can carry me a few miles.
When the turkey vultures go. Oh my goodness, you guys come up here and
Who needs a drone when you can just stuff your shirt full of hay and let the crows carry you off?
help us, y'all.
The lion is a lost cause.
Jeez.
I actually like the lion the best.
Abnormal will be on at midnight, Belinda. Yes, they will. You guys check Abnormal Investigations out. They are good people. We like them.
Yeah. Jesse, if you want to, you can post the link in the chat so everybody can check it out. They can set up to get ready to watch it.
Again, I don't think I'll be watching it because I think I'll be sleeping because I have to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hey, Christy Harold. Hey, AI mode.
AI mode. What's up?
Sharon Guy asked you something.
Sharon.
Go down. Right there. Action. Right there.
Any action in the backyard lately? Nope. It's been quiet. Last night I really wanted to go outside and film because I felt it, but nothing actually happened. I think they're going to bed down for the storms. They know it's going to get pretty bad, so usually when we get the really bad storms, they tend to stay away for maybe a week or two.
Hi, Mogs. How are you? It's good to see you. It's open mic night. We don't have really any topic. We're just shooting
moves.
the breeze. And Belinda, it's 8:32 Central Standard Time, so it'll go on at midnight.
I believe everybody on here does know what Mogollon Monster is all about. But if you don't, go check it out. Mogollon Monster, and Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern. You can check out WTF. That's Why the Fascination. Hosted by Mogs and Stevie B.
The lovely. You have to say the lovely.
The lovely Stevie B.
Harold, I bet they don't like walking in the mud either. Well, they don't like to leave stupid footprints here. And believe me, we've had plenty of mud.
I would say otherwise with the juveniles, because they're a little bit more rambunctious. So I could see them wanting to stomp in the mud. Like every time it's rained around here, except for last night, there's usually some kind of print. But except for last night, but the rain we had this last one before last night, they left a pretty good print. They had a big toe impression where they bent the toe downward and pressed it into the ground. So I really wish I could have got a plaster cast of that, but don't have any plaster.
We will. Yeah. I know. It's in
progress. Gonna have to start stocking up on
it. It's in progress, I promise.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? You want to drop the link again?
Yeah, I'm gonna drop the link again if anybody wants to come up.
Because I'm gonna have to go here soon to go get Cammy.
Anybody wants to come up and hang out with me while Christy is gone getting.
She hasn't texted me yet, so I've been watching my phone.
Just hit the link, and then you'll come up into StreamYard, and you'll have the options. You put your name, and you can choose to put your picture or identification, and then you can do like we always do. Like I put like Bigfoot and stuff, the logo on if I don't have my own picture, and then you can shut the camera off just like that.
Yay, I'm off the camera finally.
And then boom, back on.
I'm sad. I'm just checking on Cam quick.
Yeah. But as far as the Bigfoot out here, tonight it's like maybe
we're supposed to get some weather.
I think if anything shows up, it'll be the it's.
Thank you, AI mode. Sometimes I don't feel like should be on here, but thank you.
Yeah, I should be the one going to.
Belinda, where are you located? I'm just asking because you said it's 5:30. Is that AM there or is it PM? I'm confused. I'm just curious on where you're located because that's super cool that you're not in the, maybe not in the United States. Maybe. Anyway.
Oh, sorry to hear that, Sharon.
My ears are
stopped
up. I can't hear much of anything. I will talk louder. Sharon, that's not cool. It's because you work outside all the time.
Hey, Amber, good to see you.
Hey, Amber. How are you? Lives in Middle Earth.
Belinda lives in Middle Earth.
Okay. Oh, I can relate. I hate the camera. I don't like cameras. Neither do I. And believe it or not, this last weekend we actually took pictures of took pictures of each other. We didn't take pictures together, but and I actually got into the pictures, guys. So you'll see me in some other pictures.
Yeah, we gotta take more pictures together. It's usually one of us taking the picture, and
somebody's supposed to get a hold of somebody to take our engagement pictures, but somebody hasn't done that yet.
Sharon says, "Yep, the pollen's killing her." Yeah, I take 2 Benadryl every day to try to keep from that. So when y'all see me come on and my eyes are bloodshot, it's because I didn't take my allergy pills. There's still a little bloodshot, but that's because of my blood thinner.
Amber asks, Harold, you said it's. Can you tell her what it's are? And what are you talking about? Maybe I misunderstood.
I don't want to say the actual name of the creatures because it's nighttime and they can hear. But it is a cryptid creature that is demonic in nature and can shapeshift.
Did you see what you? Okay, I read it and I didn't mean to crack up.
Your eyes are bloodshot, Mogs. And it is a demonic creature in nature, and they are a cryptid, and they shapeshift. They can appear as different things, and they also whistle.
Hi, Ron.
To get your attention. So my advice is, if you're out in the woods at night, don't whistle.
Yeah, AI Mike.
Well, I can understand AI Mike doing it because he's a researcher and he's trying to capture one on camera. Okay. I can understand that part, but if you've dealt with them personally, they're pretty scary and very dangerous. They will attack you.
So Ron Riley's in her.
There's a ranch name for it, but I'm not going to say the name.
Wendigo. That's what.
Different creature, but still a cryptid. And just as dangerous, or even more.
I'm good on the no whistle. I won't even go in the woods at night. LOL.
Oh, it's okay to go in the woods at night as long as you're not alone.
Oh, Ron said it.
Yeah. What
Ron said?
What Riley Ron says, y'all. That's what it is, but I'm not going to repeat it.
Have you ever used a dog whistle? Michelle McGuire asks.
Dog, back in the day, I mean, I used to have a dog whistle to call my dog, but I don't have a dog whistle at the moment. I wish I did. I'd be using it when I'm doing my Bigfoot hunts, but
maybe Jess can send you one. I know she's got a couple. Just kidding.
But no, I will be getting one.
So, Sharon, do you make strawberry wine with that strawberry berries? If you do, I'll send you my address.
She said she was whistling, picking strawberries, and then she happened to think, and she stopped real quick. Yeah. You're next to those woods and you're whistling like that.
Those things will come and eat all your strawberries.
I'll tell y'all one thing that happened was the day before yesterday. Day before yesterday morning, I was sitting outside and I just got done looking for tracks outside, and I sat down on the front step, and I'm sitting there, and we have this mockingbird that likes to hang around.
Oh yeah,
which really sucks because I lost the footage of
the mockingbird
whistling the O.C.S.T theme song. But we'll get it to do it again some other time. But yes, day before yesterday morning, sitting on the front step, and the mockingbird started making monkey sounds. It wasn't a monkey in the tree. It was the mockingbird, and it was making monkey sounds. So obviously, we have a primate in the area, because it was pretty dead on with its imitation.
Yeah, mockingbird. That mockingbird is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard it lately, but then again, when I'm working at home, my front door's shut, and the only reason I heard it that one day is because the door of the front door was open, and we were messing around with the O.C.S.T. The music and all that, and kept saying O.C.S.T. and stuff like that. And
AI mode says, "I love all your theme songs." Oh,
oh,
thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I actually, I wrote the songs, but I put them through an AI app, and had the AI do all the hard work.
Maybe on Saturday, one time, not this Saturday, because I've got some stuff I have to get done. But we'll have front porch coffee and listen to the birds like Jim does.
Yeah,
Because that was cool.
AI mode says, so that's why we get birds sounding like monkeys in our woods. Yeah. They pick up all the sounds around them. So if they hear a couple of primates speaking in their native tongue, which apes will do the kind of stuff, they're going to repeat it, and they repeat it for from just a few minutes up to a few hours to a few days. Depends on how easy it is for them to make the sound with their throat.
I didn't tell you this. We were waiting for Colton with his physical therapy today. Tammy and I were out in the car, and we actually saw a scissortail flycatcher.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I'm assuming it was in a tree, but I'm assuming they had a nest in there, because it would take off and then come back, and then take off and then come back. But if you guys didn't know, the scissortail flycatcher is the Oklahoma State bird, and they're not very commonly. I mean, you can see them, but they're not commonly like at a physical therapy doctor's office type of thing. So it was kind of nice to see the state bird.
Arcane Paranormal World, Jess says, by the way, I'll be going to the location where I found the tree structures this coming Friday.
Cool.
Yeah, y'all need to check.
Sorry.
Y'all need to check her channel out.
What time, Jess?
Yeah, what's the time for the show?
Because if I can remember, I'll be there.
You can remember?
Yeah, if I can remember.
Yeah. Friday.
9 p.m. Central. All right. Sweetness.
8 p.m.
No,
or
9 p.m.
10 p.m. Eastern. Yep. So there's a lot of Eastern Coast people.
People. Oh, wait. I better be nice.
Eastern people, Southern people, Northern people, Western people. It's a big melting pot.
We like melting pots.
Yeah, we live right in the middle of one.
Are you talking about the state of Oklahoma because it gets so hot? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, I saw someone said Boomer Sooner earlier, so Boomer Sooner right
Boomer
back.
Sooner.
Yes. Awesomeness. Like I said, if I remember,
So
I'll
now
be
you know
there.
where the Oklahoma Sooners get their name from. The 89ers.
Yeah. Because the people that rushed it too soon.
They cheated.
Yes.
They cheated to get their land.
Yep. Oh my gosh, can it be
my
the
goodness.
ever living abnormal investigations?
Cornbread.
About time you get your tail in here. No. How'd you like that for a Roll call.
How do you like that cornbread?
Hot and buttery. Hey, Mike. How's it going? Oh,
Mike.
yes, Jess. Get him. He's late. Get him.
It's called fashionably late. Yeah. No, I'm not going to do that. 100 lashings with a wet noodle. Okay.
Okay. So you want to drop the link?
Yeah. I'm going to drop that link again.
Drop that link.
Like I
drop
said
that link.
before, just
Putting
click
up
on the link
chairs.
and you don't have to show yourself. You can turn the camera off just like that. But more than
you
welcome.
turned me off?
Yes. Do it again.
Good. Yes, I'm out of here. No, sorry. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, he missed everything. I don't know if I really want to repeat what I've been talking about the whole time, since you were very fashionably late.
Well, let's see. We talked about 89ers. We talked about we talked about Bigfoot. We talked about mockingbirds. We talked about
Well, I kind of talked about fishing. We asked Michael
Yeah,
Haywood
little
if he caught anything today. He didn't reply,
never
but that's
replied.
okay. I bet he did, though. Not gonna see him.
Yeah.
Don't choke, Christy. I'm trying not to. I'm telling you. And we talked about car shows, and we talked about what's coming up in the next near future.
Yeah. I have a
Got booted.
video that we're going to.
He got booted.
You got booted. I didn't do it.
Booted.
I didn't do it. I haven't had to boot anybody from our chat. That's a good thing.
Oh, Twister. Yes, the movie Twister.
She already asked if she could time me out. Hey.
Thanks for throwing me under the bus, y'all. Jeez.
Yeah.
That's all right. I still love
CRJ
y'all. Yep, I did it.
Blame it on.
I always do. It's all Mom's fault. Always,
Blame it on
always.
Jiffy Pop.
Although he missed all of us smack talking about him. Good. ACP put up a video. Yes, we are going to put up a video of.
Mike's going to be on at midnight.
Yes, we know.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. But yes, we're. I'll let you. CP says you're putting up a video. Yes.
Well, yeah. Video. If you're speaking to us, yeah, we're going to be putting up a video with 300 plus pictures. I'll have to spend quite a bit of time on it, so it'll probably take me clear through the weekend.
But it's ACP. It's not like our normal videos. It's actually a premiere of how Oklahoma became a state.
Well, those of you that were you were following O.C.S.T. in the beginning, I used to do videos where it was all pictures, because where I was filming, I wasn't allowed to do video. So I'm gonna go back to my roots and do a video, make it video format, but all pictures. So let's get Mogs up here.
What's up, guys?
Hey,
what's
Mogs,
up?
what's up?
How you guys doing?
Good. How are
Pretty
you?
good.
Yeah, I see you're at what, number 20? This is your 20th show, huh?
Yep, 20th show.
Went quick, didn't it?
Yeah, it's been crazy. Yeah, I'll go over here for a few minutes.
That's cool. Yeah, I figured I'd
didn't
stop
even
in and say hi. You guys are always in my chat or on my channel. So
yeah, we try to get on your channel all the time, Mogs.
Yeah, I've been doing a few collaborations with Abnormal Investigations. That's why I pop in on your show and then pop back out because
I know.
Yeah.
No, it's good to hook up with different channels and
oh yeah,
like you said, collaborate.
yeah.
I can't see crap. I got to put on my glasses.
Glasses time. There's the molds we know.
Yeah, like AI
Well,
mics.
I didn't wear glasses for years. I didn't.
Right?
So it's been like the past.
Year?
Yeah, probably about the last year, a little over a year, maybe. And this is the only time I wear them.
Oh, really? Well,
Yeah.
you don't need glasses to go fishing, do you?
No.
Or to clean a boat, or however that is.
Nope.
Nope.
Although, with the mosquito problem we've been having, I should probably be wearing. Well, I wear sunglasses, but it's just been crazy. We have aquatic nymphs, or they call them blind mosquitoes.
Yeah.
And as soon as I get to the dock, I mean, you walk down the first gangplank, and on all the railings, it's covered with mosquitoes. So as soon as you start to pass them, they just take off. So you end up walking down this tunnel of mosquitoes.
That's crazy. I don't like mosquitoes, but they love me.
These don't bite. Thank God. I'd be dead.
Yeah. We had those in Iowa. I love going fishing in Iowa because never get bit by mosquitoes hardly. But moved to Oklahoma or Texas.
Yeah, there's this. I'm not fond of the bugs here.
No, I wouldn't think you would be.
Yeah, I have some cousins that live in Florida, pretty close to where you live, and they told me that the mosquitoes are bad at certain times.
Well, living right on the water doesn't help,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's like
they live on the south side of Kissimmee.
Okay.
Yeah, and then a few of them in Daytona. So I can understand why the mosquitoes will get bad where they're at.
So yeah, I asked Haywood earlier if he caught anything, even if he went fishing today, and he never got back to me either.
Oh, really? Well, the thing is that normally he would be catching something.
Oh,
yeah.
Maybe he meant to reply, but he had to drop his phone because he got a bite.
Maybe.
Maybe. So how was your day? I know you were on Jim's Live earlier. I saw you. That was cool.
Yeah. My day was all right. I had to go to work for a couple hours and deal with the mosquitoes because you have to. When I get there, the boats are covered, like in mosquitoes. If there's shade, there's more. So I just hose them off, and I got to keep going back and forth. I'll hose the boat down 6 times or whatever it takes just to keep them from re-landing. Because once they spread, they start to land somewhere else.
Right.
So by the time the 6th or 7th hose down, they're gone. But they're all piled on the boat next to it, so I don't dare touch that boat.
Right.
Because it'll just be a cloud of mosquitoes back on the other boat.
What's that?
It's terrible, but it's funny. My boss showed up yesterday. She had to take some pictures of the boat. We're selling it, the one boat, and I told her about the blind mosquitoes and how bad they were. She got a few in the back of her throat. Yeah, let's just say she's got a very weak gag reflex.
No, I probably would too. Yeah.
But to see her just kind of I was like, oh, I felt bad for her because I don't have that problem as far as I keep my mouth shut.
Yeah.
She's just I was like, I'm like, oh.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I'm always thinking if I'm out at night doing a live, I'm always thinking don't want to open my mouth too much because bugs. like some buddies of mine in Ohio, every time they go out and do a live, they have those giant wasps, the ones that came from
the
Brazil.
Africanized or whatever.
Well, the
or the Japanese or Chinese killer wasps.
yeah.
I don't know where they're from. I forget.
They constantly get buzzed by them when they're doing their lives at night. Constantly.
I don't like wasps.
I hate June bugs.
Oh yeah, they're dangerous.
Yeah, they're
June
really
bugs
dangerous.
It's like, get away from me. Yeah, I don't like them.
June bugs?
June bugs.
Yeah, that's what
They're just big beetles that fly.
I know, but I don't like them. There's like, oh my god, yeah, no, gross.
I've seen kids like they would tie a string to the June bug's leg and just let it go, and it was like flying a kite, just like a sewing thread.
No.
Yeah, I used to have one of those little Louisville slugger bats, and I'd be out on my front porch going.
June bug.
Home run.
Yeah. Let's see.
Bugs don't seem like northeast, which is fine with me.
New
They don't
England.
like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Northeast. Is that where?
Or New England, maybe. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah. Wherever any is.
Oh hell, you got a lot of bugs up there.
Springtime flies are terrible on horses and cattle. Oh yeah.
Up there, you
Yeah.
got black flies, mosquitoes, no-see-ums. There's a bunch of stuff up in New England.
We live right next door to cattle
Yeah.
and donkeys.
Oh, fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How aromatic.
Well, at least the donkeys let us know if something's in the area.
Yeah.
They neigh
The
and
bray.
neigh. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But
I don't know. Living that close to that much shit, I'd be checking my shoes all the time.
we do. Especially with doggy doodles.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, a couple of years ago, the donkeys were right in our backyard, or right in the pasture land right behind our house, and they'd come up to the fence, and we'd feed them carrots and get to pet them, but now they're in a different field, but we can still hear them. I'm kind of sad.
I had stayed at a place back in Jersey. I forget how long I was there, but in exchange for rent, I took care of their donkeys. They had two spotted donkeys, and they were funny because every time they'd bray, they'd fart.
What is that, Mike? CRJ can go outside with a light and check around in the. Yeah, not happening.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen.
Good.
I might do it after the show.
Well,
Big black bow biters. What the hell is that, Sharon?
I'm gonna go ahead and get Cammy. So
Black toe biters.
what the
Never
heck
heard
are
of those.
Okay, did you hear me?
Yep, heard
All
you.
right, Mokes, I'll be back.
Time to pick up the daughter.
See, Amber says, "Haha, horses fart when they buck."
Yeah.
I'm sure they fart on other things too. So Arts just say that out loud.
Yeah, along with the two donkeys that were there was a horse. I just mucked the stalls and fed them and shit. But there was this one sole rooster that was on that property, and that rooster was an asshole. All he wanted to do was attack.
Yeah, my mom would tell me stories about her rooster.
Oh.
She actually kept her rooster in the house. It was a house pet. But she
This
said
one
it was
wasn't.
mean.
Because when they attack, they come feet first. Oh man, I may or may not have kicked that rooster once.
Well, my mom said that when she was growing up on the farm, they always had a 2x4 ready. If any of the animals would act up, it was one swift
Knock it
2x4
off.
across the backside.
Oh no, the rooster almost got eaten.
Now, can you imagine having a pet rooster in your house and a pet goat and a pet pig? And then you have dogs and cats. Yeah, that was.
No, that's a menagerie. I don't I'm down to one dog. But I've had cats. Well, in this neighborhood, there's a lot of, I guess you can call them feral, but like I can't go up and pet them, but
Yeah.
they'll lay on my back porch, There's a lot of cats around here. It's funny because they're getting bold where like I'll take my dog out, Maya. She's a shepherd. She's a good sized dog.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these cats don't even move 3 feet away. And I'm like, go ahead, Maya. Keep, just leave them alone.
Yeah.
And the cat doesn't even flinch.
I'll take my dog outside, and there's 7 cats outside now. There used to be only 2, but now there's 7. Most of them aren't ours, but when I take my dog outside, they follow her around. They like to agitate her, and then they'll attack her.
Really?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Maya will, like, she's pretty good, but if I'm not watching, if she thinks I'm not paying attention, and there's a cat nearby, she'll charge it.
AI mode says, "Oh my goodness, my grandpa unalive grandma's mean rooster because it kept chasing me my little sisters, and it would use its spurs." Oh,
Yeah. Damn things hurt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why my mom said, "Oh yeah, we always carry our little snips in our back pocket because if that rooster started growing anything out, it was snip."
I wasn't going to get that intimate with the rooster. He came at me, and I kind of just like, with the side of my shoe, just kind of booted him, and it was a good hit. It was. I didn't kill it. I didn't hurt it, but I was surprised how far it flew.
Yeah, Belinda, silent and violent. Emmy says she has 6 pet rats and a parrot. That's a good pairing.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's interesting. I've never heard of somebody.
I never got into the rats. I've had hamsters when I was a kid,
Mm-hmm.
guinea pigs and rabbits, and had a raccoon once.
I had a rabbit, albino rabbit
Birds.
named Betty Davis.
Yeah,
That's
a cool name.
Yeah, and when she got pregnant, and then when she had her babies, our neighbor, who was a member of a club, I'm not going to mention, but he lived a few houses down. I went outside to look for my rabbit out in the backyard, and then I noticed there was trails going into the pasture out behind there. So I was going through there, and I was on my hands and knees trying to be at her level so I could spot her in the tall grass. And I hear somebody going,
Sharpening a knife.
Mm-hmm. And I stand up and I look over, and that neighbor, he looks at me and he goes, "Hey, how you doing?" And then he proceeds to,
oh no.
yeah, my rabbit.
That is so messed up.
Yeah, I got to smell.
What did you say to the guy?
I didn't say nothing. I just ran inside and started crying.
Oh man.
But I had to smell her cooking too. So yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, that's
How old were you?
probably 10. Yeah. Oh, I still would have bawled over it, even if it was like now, because I get attached to my animals, so
Oh yeah.
I don't care if it's a hamster or a fish. If I have it for any period of time and I get attached to it, it's gonna upset me no matter.
I'm starting to feel guilty about using live bait. I mean,
Well, I'll hook live bait all day long, but it's just something about the four-legged creatures. It's like they're really easy to get attached to, and they're really hard to let go. Yeah,
I got a friend who sent me a picture, and there's a gator in his backyard, but it's behind a fence, and the picture looks like a big gator, but he said it's only like, I don't know, 4 to 5 foot long or somewhere around there. And he's like freaking out, like, what do I do? He called the cops, and they're like, well, call the wildlife. Wildlife is like, well, if it's in your yard and you feel threatened, you can shoot it. I'm like, Richie, sorry, dude, just leave it alone. If it comes over the fence, worry about it. But it's mating season. You don't know if it's a male or female. It could be laying eggs. It'll find its way back to the, water or wherever it should be.
Yeah, usually if you leave them alone, they exit.
Yeah, I mean, it could climb the fence if it wanted to.
Yeah,
it's just a chain link fence. But until then, as long as it's outside, just let it do its. Leave it alone.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. They have dogs and whatnot, but I don't.
I mean, you do have to take a little bit of precaution, like in the area where you live. Like, try not to leave anything out that something like that could make a nest out of.
Well, there's a lot of grass in the lake where they have places they can nest if they wanted to.
Yeah.
There's a wall right in front of my house. I mean, they could make their way back here if they wanted to behind my house. They just have to go around the wall. I don't even think about them though. Like I don't worry about stepping out my back door. Maybe I should.
Yeah. When I lived down in Corpus Christi, Texas, you wouldn't think you had to worry about wild animals and all that, but snakes, boy, every single time I opened the door to the garage, which we had, I called it garage, it was a carport, it was a large carport, but every time I'd step out that door, I have to step over a snake. Sometimes they would get pretty big.
I don't see too many snakes. I don't look for them, but I really don't see them a lot. Yeah. I mentioned last night, I had been shrimping down in the Indian River, and it was night, so we had lights in the water, so everything that I saw in the water was just a silhouette because the lights were coming up from below. I saw over a dozen snakes throughout the night, and I don't know what the hell they were. I never like shined a light on them, or definitely wasn't going to scoop them up.
Right.
Some were this big, some were a little bigger. But I don't know what they were. And it was salt water, so.
Yeah, the last snake that I had to deal with down in Corpus, my niece, she was about 3 years old, and she would go in and out that side door constantly, well, one time she goes out the side door, and I follow behind her because there's nobody outside. So I follow behind her, and as soon as I open that door, I see her stepping right over this big snake that was all coiled up, right? And and I'm looking for a rattle. There's no rattle. It's not even sticking its tail up in the air. It's just laying there because it's cool under that carport, so it's pretty docile. And she steps over it, and then I step to the side, and as soon as I stepped to the side, that thing woke up and raised its head and starts sniffing, doing that tongue. And I realized what it was. Somebody's pet python got out.
Oh wow.
It was probably about 5 feet long. So
I had one of those too. I had a ball python one time.
yeah,
And that was about a 6-footer.
but her being 3 years old, if that thing would have latched onto her.
Oh yeah. Well, it could have bit her, yeah. But
Yeah.
5-foot python.
I'd be more worried about it working its way up and then wrapping around her.
Yeah, no, a strangulation, sure.
But to bite onto her and then do that would have been horrible because nobody was outside. So I just happened to hear her running into the kitchen and I followed her. But I proceeded. I didn't care if it was somebody's pet or not, and to keep it away from the house, which if I didn't know whose pet it was, what am I going to do with it? I had fish tanks, but they had fish, water and fish in them. I'm not going to put it in my fish tank. So I went and got my golf club and yeah. And then the neighbors. Then the neighbors.
Sorry.
Sorry. Then the neighbors came out and they're like, "Why did you kill this snake?" And one guy looks at it and he's like, "I would have killed it." He takes it. I had it hanging in the tree after that, and he takes it out of the tree. He stretches it out. He's like, "I would have killed it." Makes a nice.
The other thing I used to have a lot of was fish tanks. I always had a fish tank wherever I lived. I don't have one. I'm surprised I don't have one here because I end up putting local fish in it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I like. There's this bait shop down in Flower Bluff, Texas, just outside of Corpus when you're going towards Potter Island. There's this bait shop, and they have it's still alive to this day. And I grew up watching this thing. I'd go in there and get my bait, and they had a large piranha, probably about yay big.
Oh wow!
In a small tank. He would just hover in that tank in place and just.
That's just life support, dude.
Yeah.
That's not life. That's life support.
Mm-hmm. But apparently it's still alive.
Wow.
It's about as old as I am.
What do they feed it? Just live? Well, I mean, it doesn't have much room to chase bait like live fish. So
no, they would chop up things like lamb meat and stuff like that.
Yeah,
they just stick it down in there and have a little crowd watching them feed it. Yeah. It had just enough room to just wiggle and tear that meat to shreds. Yeah.
That's a shame.
Mm-hmm.
But to live that long that's crazy. That's
oh yeah. Yeah, I think I first saw it when I was about 16. And it's still alive today. I'm like, how can a fish live that long? I mean, that kind of fish. I know there's fish that live to be well over 100. You got your sturgeon.
Yeah, there's what else? I just heard of another fish that it was common that it got really old. I'm not going to remember it.
I probably heard about it one time or another, but I actually haven't been fishing in over 30 years.
Really?
And that's my favorite pastime is to fish. I fished every single day of my life growing up.
I fish every single day now. True. That's why I bought this place, because it was on the lake. I was like, yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be my dream, is having a home on the lake. But
Oh, I just got lucky. I stepped in shit with this. I was at a point where I was commuting, and I was like, I was going to look for an apartment or something here. And this house kept coming up. It's a trailer, I'm in a trailer park, but it just kept coming up on all these different sites. And I'm like, it's the only one I saw on the lake. And I was like, let me go check it out. So Stevie and I, we met here, and I came up from Crystal River. She was coming from Longwood, and we met here and met the woman. She started showing us. I was like, oh, I like this view. She told me what they were asking. I said, okay. I made my offer, and they accepted it, and it was worth it.
Yeah, my cousins all the time, every single time I speak to them, they're like, you need to move here. You need to move here. Like, yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't, it's, if you grew up fishing, you know how easy it is. Just grab a pole and spend 5 minutes taking a couple casts,
Yep. Yeah, my 5 minutes turns into 5 hours.
One more cast.
Yep.
Yeah, just one more cast. Hold on.
Yeah. Yeah. My mom would tell me stories about my grandma, because my grandma died when I was 2, I believe. So I don't really remember a whole lot about her. But my mom told me that every single time my grandma would go fishing, my grandpa and grandma, her parents, my grandma would be like, just one more cast. And, she'd get a few bites, one more cast. And 2 hours later, one more cast.
Stevie knows about one more cast.
Yeah.
And I work on a dock, so I always have a fishing pole with me.
Right. Oh yeah.
I like spray down the boat and let it soak. So while it's soaking, I go fish, take 5 casts, go back, hose it off, clean it up, go back, fish for another 5 minutes.
Yeah. Back when I was in my teenage years and then into my 20s, like I said, I fished every single day, even when I was a little kid, but more when I was in my teenage years and in my 20s. I had all kinds of fishing poles, all kinds of tackle. It wasn't hard to get bait, because if you have your own drag net or throw net, the first thing you do is you go out there and you get your bait. It was
I used to make my own little killie traps or bait traps, when I was a kid.
Oh yeah,
I loved fishing. And crabbing too. I did a lot of crabbing.
Yeah,
but I did a lot of saltwater fishing.
Yep. That's what I did down there in Texas. It was always saltwater, because the only freshwater body of water down there was a lake, but it was mostly salt. Just on one end of it, it was fresh. That was weird, but that's the way it was.
Was it spring fed?
Yeah.
So it was the
spring fed, but it also had
fresh water was the spring coming up.
Yeah.
And then it would mix with the salt. Right on.
Yeah. But going out every single day and always saving money, because you get your own bait, and then we'd have so much bait left over at the end of the day. It's like, who wants bait? and we'd have like bait buckets. We'd have like 3 or 4 of them full. So
Well,
one
because you
lady,
caught them yourself, yeah.
yeah, one lady one day says to us, we didn't think anything of it. We were just like giving it away. And this one lady says, why don't y'all sell it? I'm like, Next
Light
thing you
bulbs went
know,
off.
so yeah, we had a very good summer.
Right on.
Yeah, so you take the money you get from the bait, buy more fishing tackle.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But the freshwater and the saltwater fishing tackle is a little different,
Yeah.
Like like growing up, I never used an artificial for saltwater, except for like bluefish, where you'd use like a diamond jig or something along those lines. But one day I watched this guy fluking with a Mr. like a Mr. Twister or something. It was like, to me, it was freshwater gear, and he's catching fluke. I'm like, oh wow,
Yeah.
I never thought of that. I was using live bait or squid or clams or whatever I could get
Yeah.
to catch fluke. I never thought of using artificials.
Yeah. Me, I grew up doing freshwater fishing, and when I first started fishing in saltwater, I started experimenting with my freshwater lures, see which ones would work. And of course you're gonna go to your spoons and your spinner baits, because down there in South Texas, it's redfish country.
Yes,
So,
but spoons will work almost all the time.
oh yeah, it
As long as
doesn't
they're
matter
flashy.
where you fish with the spoon, but the spinner baits now on a redfish. Ooh, boy, I caught some big redfish with those spinner baits. Yeah.
I haven't really done any red fishing, or I haven't done too much saltwater fishing since I've been here.
Mm-hmm.
Little bit down in Crystal River. But there's so much fishing out right here,
Mm-hmm.
So I don't miss it.
Well, down there in South Texas, the redfish, the way they bite, it's the same kind of bite you get from a black tip shark. So you got to be prepared, because you may or may not have a shark on your line every time you hook a redfish. So that's the thrill of it to me, is like, okay, which one
What do I got? But that's a thrill of fishing anyway. Is because sure you're trying to target one species, but you never know what you're going to get.
And most people would be like, because I wade fish. I'd walk about a half mile out into the bay, because it's pretty shallow. I'd go out to the first sandbar, which was almost a half mile out, and people would be seeing me coming back in, and like, aren't you afraid you're going to get bit by a shark? I'm like, what? It's just black tip. The only other sharks out there in that bay, you have some of the nurse sharks. You have your tiger sharks, but they stay around on the other side of the sandbar. Occasionally, you'll get a great white that'll slide up over the sandbar, but
we get bull sharks, around down here, and a bunch of other, on the coast, a bunch of other sharks. But I don't know. Sharks don't bother me. Like, I grew up swimming in the ocean, so I know I've swam with sharks, but never knew it. But you look back, the chances are they were there.
Oh yeah, I'd be standing in chest high water, and I'm fishing, and there's black tip shark going all around me. They smell my bait. So but they were never aggressive to where they. The more aggressive fish was the barracuda.
Yeah.
If you want to, sharks aren't fish, but barracuda, yeah, I don't even like catching a barracuda, because Um, it's just an
Toothy
hour.
critter.
It's an hour of fighting a fish, and then you got to cut the line.
Oh, you don't take the hook out?
Nope.
Oh,
No, the barracuda down there are
big.
yeah. My dad hooked one the first time we went fishing down there underneath the harbor bridge. It was the first fish he hooked. It took him an hour and a half to reel that thing in, and by the time he got it up to the seawall, he saw the length of it. It was a good almost 5 feet long, and he was like, "How am I gonna get this?" I'm like, I hand him the scissors. That's how you do it.
It's like I don't understand. Like they'll fish the bridges and stuff here, but they're going for big fish. But what's the sense in if you're 20 feet off the water, at least or more? Why fish for something so big? How the hell are you going to get it up?
Yeah.
Like a Goliath grouper, you just don't. Why even target it?
Yeah, that's why I never bothered to go deep sea fishing when I lived down there, because I'm like, if I'm going to catch something, I want to hold it. I don't just want to bring it up to the side of the boat and then have to release it.
Yeah, like the Goliath. What else is big fish down here? Are drum, red drum, black drum. They get big. You go to any like bridge with like half a crab on a hook, a blue crab.
Yeah.
Put that in just any piling, and some of these bridges.
my favorite crab to use for bait, at least down there, was ghost crab.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, they're little tiny crabs, and they run all over the beaches. They burrow down into the sand, and you dig for them. And once you dig for one, you open up that sand, and a whole bunch come out. So you're
what color are they?
They're grayish brown and white. Yeah, just Google ghost crab sometime, and you'll see that they're perfect. They're perfect to put on a nice big hook to catch a big fish. Because their shells are semi-hard, so you're going to get a good, especially down underneath when you go up into that abdomen area.
Have we bored everybody yet? Is there anybody left? I could talk fishing all night long.
Yeah, me too.
But I don't want to take away from. I don't know what these guys want to listen to.
But the biggest fish I ever caught was during hurricane. It was when the hurricane was coming in. That was in 94. We had I forget what hurricane it was, but we had one coming in, and me and my brother-in-law decided to go fishing. We were like, we heard that the fishing is really good when those hurricanes are coming in. So we went to the seawall and cast it out. We didn't get any bites for the longest time. We were there like 3 hours, no bites. And then when that hurricane was just about to come in, we're doing one more cast, and we throw it way out, and then all of a sudden, boom, 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 one after another, caught 4 in a row, 19-inch speckled trout.
Oh wow!
We caught more. We even caught some pretty big golden croakers. We kept the trout. Storm. But we kept the trout.
My dog just went, what? What's going on? What's up, Maya?
But yeah, my dad was a happy camper that night.
That's cool. That's fun.
We're talking fishing.
Where is Miss Dill? I don't know where Miss Dill is.
Yeah.
But I listened to you guys all the way.
Oh, hey, Mugs.
What's up?
Come on.
Hey, Mugs.
What's up, man?
How's it going?
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good.
Listen to you all the way to get Cammy and all the way back.
Oh, right
Talk
on.
about fishing and crabs and all that junk.
I talk what I know.
Talk paintbrushes and no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, when you start doing your CRJ lives.
Not happening.
What?
Anyway.
You're not gonna do your own show?
No, I'm gonna put stuff on my YouTube channel. I just won't do a live because it would
Okay.
be not.
You say that now, but you know you'll get the bug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody's looking. You're gonna pop on live and not tell anybody and just surprise. Just doing a test.
Storms coming in.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't really look at the weather. I was just
Yeah, we're
trying
supposed to get hit
drive
by
and
some pretty good thunderstorms.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was driving. Open. What's the phone?
Yeah, we got the next 2 days coming up. This severe thunderstorms, high tornado risk, and then take a day off, and then another 2 days.
I wish it would rain here, dude. We're not getting any rain.
Yeah, we're getting it all.
And there's nothing forecast like for the next 2 weeks. Or at least a week and a half. I haven't seen anything, any percentage of rain possible.
Let's see.
Wow.
The lake's gone down. I found out the hard way.
Yeah, you said last night you said
Yeah,
getting
in and out of the kayak.
I see.
Just it just I couldn't understand why I plopped into it, and I was like, wait a minute. I almost flipped over in this thing.
So you
what is
can
that?
see it's the radar. It's all up north of us right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
It's in
getting out of
Kansas.
it, I had to struggle, and I was like, what the hell? Why? What changed? And I realized the water was down.
Oh, it's 70 degrees outside, man. It's
Yeah. Pretty.
Belinda, where are you at that you're in the sun? You got to be probably California or somewhere west of here.
Yeah. Belinda's bragging about sitting in the sun.
wow. 56% humidity outside right now.
Yeah. Got another about 10% to go before it does anything.
Right now it doesn't say we're going to get anything right now.
Yeah.
Ask us Friday, Saturday. Huh?
You guys make SOS?
Yes, we made SOS. It's in the refrigerator, leftovers.
Yep.
Shit on a shingle?
Yep.
Yep.
Right on.
Yep.
I haven't had that in a long time.
She's in New Zealand.
Oh, yeah. New
Oh,
Zealand.
right on.
And boo.
Sweet.
North or South Island? It's 73 degrees here right now.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, my brother John, he still lives down in Corpus, and they're in, I think he said the other day it was
I can tell you right now.
stage, I think he said 13 for drought.
Did everybody get some, Mom?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Stage
Did everybody
13.
get full?
That's how
I
bad.
think so.
Wolf Lady, I agree. I want to go to New Zealand. I always wanted to go to Australia, and then I changed my mind.
Right now,
I want to go to New Zealand.
right now in Corpus Christi, it's 77 degrees and cloudy.
I want to take the drive where you drive straight across Australia, go straight across, and then you take a boat to New Zealand. Yeah, they have those where you can just, the ferries where you can just drive up onto it, and then it'll take you.
That's a long drive, dude.
That
Yeah.
means we'd have to fly.
Going across Australia.
Mhm.
Wow.
We'd have to fly to Aussie land.
I got a buddy that lives out there. He said anytime I'm ready to go, he'll put me up and not charge.
That's like I have a friend in New Zealand, and I know if I was like, dude, I'm coming down, he'd be like, my door's open.
But I don't want to spend $2,500 one way.
I know.
That's pretty steep.
There is no more mashed potatoes, but there is gravy.
Okay.
It's like I watched. It's you talk about steep. I watched some of these shorts where there's this Amalfi Airlines. It's Amalfi Jets, and this guy does these shorts, and he gets on the phone with a client, and his name is Colin. You'll hear the woman or guy go, "Hey, Colin, this is so and so. Yeah, I need a jet from da 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 da. I'm going to London, or I'm going here." Yeah, okay, and he'll tap it out, and he's like, "Yeah, that'll be like $67,000." And oh, okay, yeah, for
Yeah.
private jets.
Let's see.
You hear some of these amounts, and I'm like, what? That's sick
What
money,
the-
dude.
WTF? What the fascination?
$250,000 for a plane one way, or because they'll rent from a
Mhm.
Cessna to a jumbo jet.
Mhm.
Dang. We had talked about going to Ireland and Scotland and
Yeah, I still
places
would.
like that for
That's-
our
Yeah, that would be cool.
for our honeymoon, but I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, I can't afford that. and I would have to fly, which I have never flown,
Oh, really?
really.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I've only
Yeah.
flown in a helicopter, but I guess that still counts.
I think the first time I flew was in a helicopter. I was like 10.
I was 5.
CRJ is
I was 5. Went over the Iowa State Fair. Yeah, in one of those crop duster helicopters.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Wide open on both sides, and the helicopter pilot was like, "Hold on, because I'm gonna take you on a joyride." And sure enough, we get up there, probably I'd say
what was it?
good 100 or so feet up in the air, and
Did you put a
he
little salt on it?
he
Yeah,
decides to
okay.
go a little bit higher. He's like, hold on, we're gonna go a little bit higher. And then as soon as we got a little bit higher, he takes and he turns that. He does a complete 360, just
Yep.
turning, and of course I'm seat belted in, but I'm like, I don't want to fall.
Did your voice really get that high?
Yeah. No, but 5
He
years
was-
old, and I
I was
never,
gonna say, he was 5. Yeah, his voice was probably higher.
yeah, a lot higher. But it was amazing because he was charging $10 a ride back then. It was quite a bit. I was 5 years old, so that's quite a long time ago. But $10 a ride, and it was getting towards closing time, and he sees me admiring the helicopter, and he's like, hey, you want to go on a ride? I'm like, me ride that?
Damn right.
So he looks at my mom and he says, I'll take your son up there. He says, I promise I'll be really safe. And he says, free of charge. We go up there, and we come back down, and my mom's freaking out, waiting for that helicopter to land and for him to pull me out. And she runs up and grabs me, and she's like, I thought you said you were going to be safe.
He's here.
I saw you spinning that thing around. She's like, again. Like, yeah. So I never got to go near a helicopter till I got up in my teens when we started going to the Naval Air Station air shows.
Okay. That's funny.
Hey,
Freak your
Piggy.
mom out.
Yeah.
What's up,
Hey,
Figgy?
How you doing, Figgy? Yeah. Now you want to talk about some nice helicopters, man, going to those naval air shows down there, man.
So, what is an Osprey considered? Is it a plane? Is it a helicopter?
Like a hybrid. It's
They
something
had a lot
that-
of problems with those.
Yeah, it should have never been invented.
I had to pull over for the ambulance
Oh yeah.
that I'm hearing now, but it was going into town. And Cammy was like, "Mom, do you see that?" I'm like, "Yes, I see it." She goes, "Is it a cop?" I said, "I don't know." So, it was the ambulance, and we had to pull over because we went to the gas station.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of that around here.
The wolf lady of Oklahoma gave me a boat. She just don't know it yet.
Oh, Figgy says she's in the Caribbean heading to the UFO road in Puerto Rico.
Oh, that's cool. Have fun. Be safe.
Yeah, we're waiting for pictures.
Very cool.
I hope you see some. Considered
Yeah,
Australia.
Figgy. Next time you're in Florida, Figgy, we got to get together.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, I told her she needs to come back and show us some pictures.
She goes, "Okay, pictures." So how's Stevie, Mogs? I know she said she was gonna lay down or take a rest.
Yeah, she's down for the night. She's feeling a little under the weather. I just think it's all everything.
Emotions and everything.
Yeah. She just needs rest.
Yeah.
She'll be all right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad she's getting her rest. Give her a hug from us because yeah. She came in earlier and we told her that obviously we're praying for her. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a hard situation, you know.
Oh, I know.
You know the inevitable's coming, and
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was really hard.
Yeah.
I had to go through that with my mom.
I think
I'm just glad that we were able to bring them here where she could be with her father, you know,
Right.
for however long, you know.
Right.
Yep.
So I'm glad about that, you know.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see. We got just about 15 minutes left. I'm gonna put the link up if anybody else wants to pop up. Remember, you can hit the link in the chat.
Don't have to be on the camera.
You don't have to be on the camera.
I heard this before.
You can.
Yeah, right?
That's familiar.
Wonder where you've heard it before, Mogs.
I think I invented this shit.
How many years have you been doing this, Mogs? 5, you said?
I'm in my 5th year, or
Yeah.
almost finished my 5th year. And it's been same thing for 5 years, you know.
Yeah.
That's why I don't even think about what I'm saying. It just comes naturally. Like, or it's second nature, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, it tends to get a little bit easier with every episode. Yeah.
Oh, don't worry, you'll push the wrong buttons and, you know, all that fun stuff. It's a part of it.
Knock somebody out and don't mean to.
Oh, I've knocked myself out.
Yeah, I gotta watch my elbows.
So do I.
Yep. Yeah, till we can get this figured out to where we can be on separate screens.
Well, it could be on my phone, but then there'd be an echo and yeah.
Yeah, when you do it that way, one of you can only use one microphone.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, you'll get the feedback if you're too close to each other unless you're in separate rooms or something.
Right.
It works out with Stevie and I because we just mute her and use this microphone. We share the microphone. It's between it.
Yeah.
So it works out. And she has her little, you know,
her design
backdrop, and I got my mess back here. And
yeah, I'm waiting to go through my stuff in storage because my dad had a whole setup because, you know, he had a recording studio in his room before he passed, and I still have all that the stuff for the mics and all that in there. So
we just need to get a desktop computer instead of our laptop.
Yeah,
it's just we, you know, it took a while to figure it out as far as like not getting that feedback and whatnot. And like if sometimes she'll turn on her phone, but she'll mute it or turn the volume all the way down, but somehow we'll still get an echo from it. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I was watching you guys when I was in the car. I mean, I didn't have my phone in my hand. I had you guys on volume, whatever, in the car. And then when I walked in, I had to make sure I turned myself down before I turned my phone back on, because then it would have been major echo. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've knocked myself out off like the air and then came back on, and all of a sudden there's two of me. I'm like, oh shit. And one of them had to be muted because all of a sudden it started just echoing really bad.
Really?
It was weird. Yeah. I don't know how I did it.
Yeah, one of these times, I got to find my dad's tapes, but one of these times on a show, probably not for a little while, but my dad had original music, so I won't get any copyright infringement, but I'll play it sometime on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of music?
He was a country folk singer.
Very cool.
Yeah. Yeah, he would perform things, like Johnny Cash and all that. But he wrote a lot of songs of his own, performed on stage. I helped him write the last album that he made. Yeah, so
That's
it's
cool,
gonna-
man. I love country music.
I'll be fighting back tears listening to it, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I sing. I
Mm-hmm.
love to sing too. I just haven't done it in a while.
Can we show him Merle Haggard yet? Can we? Can we show him Merle Haggard?
Go ahead.
Yay! Okay.
That was my dad.
You see it?
Yeah. That's your dad?
Yep.
I
That
know.
was him at 66 years old.
No, it's this picture.
Yeah, he was 66.
Oh, he was 66 in this picture?
That was like
Hmm.
3 months before he passed away.
Yeah.
What you can't see in the picture was me and him were working on a transmission. We dropped the transmission, and when we got the seals and everything done, and we were putting that back in, his hand slipped and he his tendon wide open on the top.
That's probably a good thing. I don't.
So he had to have surgery.
Is that
On
his picking hand?
Yep, it was on his picking hand. So he had to totally relearn how to play the guitar.
Oh, man.
Okay, can I show him this picture then? This one looks more like Merle Haggard.
Oh, wow.
Y'all, my father-in-law was Merle Haggard doppelganger. And I would be like freaking out. Sorry.
Yeah, my dad had his best friend used to be a bodyguard for Merle Haggard, and one night we go to one of his karaoke shows, and when my dad walks in, he says, Harold, he's like, I want to introduce you to all my friends. They decided to show up tonight. So he walks over to those people, and it was probably about 12 people, and his buddy goes, y'all, I want y'all to meet somebody famous. And they look at my dad, and a couple of them right away were like, that can't be, had that kind of look. And my dad's buddy goes, this is Harold Haggard. This is Merle's little brother. And they were like, really? Nice to meet you. And he's like, I'm just pulling your leg. He said, doesn't he look like Merle Haggard though?
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah. And these people knew Merle Haggard, and they were still like, what?
I'm sure. Yeah. Wait, is that?
Uh-huh.
It's weird.
Oh, but then my dad got mistaken when he was a little younger, when he was in his 40s. He was out in public, and waiting in line for a free turkey on Thanksgiving Day with my mom. And these two ladies in line kept whispering back and forth to each other. And then one of them decides to turn around and they ask my dad, "Excuse me, sir, but aren't you Chuck Norris?"
I could see that.
He played along with the well, yes, I am. Yeah. So they asked him for his autograph.
I could see that.
So he signs Harold Lee. And they're like, "Oh."
That was Harold Lee.
Yeah.
Nice meeting you, Harold.
And then another time he got mistaken for Hank Williams Jr. And yeah, there was a time period he grew his beard out a little bit longer and always wearing the trucker glasses, and then the cowboy hat. And we were singing karaoke and somebody walks in and they immediately ran to the table and they're like, "I want to shake your hand, Mr." And my dad's like, "Do I know you?" And they're like, "No, but I'd like to know you because you're famous." And yeah, he's like, "Well, I'm just Harold Lee." And they're like, "No, you're not."
No, you're not.
"No, you're not. You're Hank." I'm like, "No." My dad takes
It's
off.
funny when people won't take the truth. No, you're not. You're lying.
Hey, Sharon
Yeah.
with 2 R's. Good morning to you.
Sharon caught us at the end of the show. It's almost over.
Sharon.
So the other day he went to, I can't remember which doctor's office, but which one was it? That had the picture of Merle Haggard.
Oh, that was the urologist.
Okay, so we went to the urologist.
Urologist, yeah.
And right outside his room door was a picture of Merle Haggard that had been signed by Merle Haggard.
Former patient.
Well,
Yeah.
who knows?
Yeah,
But
because it's from this area. So yeah.
I walked by it and I went, "Wait a second." I said, "Babe, they have a freaking picture of Merle Haggard. It's signed." He goes, "What?" I said, "See?" I took a picture of a picture.
Mm-hmm. She's obsessed with Merle Haggard.
Yep.
If you didn't already know.
Yep. Took a picture of a picture.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man.
And your friend was the bodyguard for who?
Merle Haggard.
You did say Merle Haggard.
Yeah.
Where the hell was I? I was at a place in Tennessee. I was out at it was an outing, and the one guy there was a security guard for Toby Keith,
Cool.
but he worked in the house, so he was.
Mm-hmm.
It was just weird. I was like, "And you're into Bigfoot, huh?" It was just like you never know where it's going to come from.
Toby Keith was my other boyfriend at one time.
Right on.
No, I'm joking.
Did Toby know?
Obviously, I'm joking.
I saw Toby Keith in concert once, and that was October 31st, 1999, on the USS Intrepid, which was an aircraft carrier museum in New York. So Halloween on an aircraft carrier. It's a cool show.
Yeah. Hey, AI mode. My cousin Danny Kucera grew up in southern Florida, and he actually became good friends with Bret Michaels and all of Poison, all of Leonard Skinner. He would jam with them in his backyard. So
Right.
yeah, my aunt liked to brag about that all the time. She's like, "Guess who came over and hung out in my backyard?"
Dwight Yoakam is from not far from here. Right on.
I've seen Toby Keith in concert 4 times. Never got to meet him.
I didn't.
I was kind of sad, but yes, as much
I
as
didn't
I'm
mean-
a Earl Haggard fan, I was a huge Toby Keith fan as well.
Yeah.
I've met a few people. Garth Brooks.
Cool.
I met him in Manhattan. Willie Nelson.
Oh, Will.
He was doing a show just up the street from where I was working, and I ended up hanging out. I didn't have tickets or anything, but I ended up hanging out by his bus. And when he got off to go do the show, I walked up to him and I put my hand out. I said, Mr. Nelson, have a great show. Unfortunately, you sold out, so I couldn't get tickets. He's like, what? He goes, come on. He puts his arm around me and walks me through that backstage door. Walks through the crowd. People are like looking at me like, who the fuck is this? Excuse me. And just gets me backstage. He's like, hang out here, man. And I watched the whole show from backstage.
Cool.
Oh, my mom would have loved you because she was in love with Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson was one of her favorites. Yeah.
Yeah.
I sat in a green room with B.B. King.
Oh, sweet.
And in the same theater, I stood on stage. I snuck into the theater and stood on stage during a sound check for the Canadian Gordon Lightfoot.
Okay.
Got kicked out of there.
Darn it.
But it was the same theater that I met Willie Nelson, where he walked me into. It was just right place, right time, I guess.
They got to meet Reba.
Well,
Right on.
My parents did.
Yeah.
They were
Okay.
sitting outside and getting ready to walk home from Walmart, and my dad looks out in the parking lot, and he sees a lady with red hair get out of her vehicle, right? And then I guess her mom got out of the same vehicle. They come walking up towards the door to go into Walmart, and both my mom and dad at the same time said, "Hey, Reba," and she pulls her sunglasses down and she goes, "Hey, howdy, y'all."
Right on.
And then when she came back out of the store, my parents were still there, and they said, "Have a good evening, Reba." And she turns and she goes, "Y'all have a good evening too."
I always loved her music. She had such an amazing voice.
She does.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mentioned my cousin Danny Casera. He passed away quite a few years ago, but he founded the cover band, the official cover band for Leonard Skinner. They were based out of the Hard Rock Cafe in Miami. Right, my cousin was, but he would travel up to Jacksonville and all that and hang out with those guys, and they'd come down there. But yeah, he was right before he passed away. Well, not right before, but he passed away a short while after his accident. But he was signed to a record deal because he was a really good guitarist, right? But he fell 30 feet and was paralyzed from the neck down. He was working at Disney and doing construction, and he fell 30 feet, paralyzed from the neck down. And then a few months later, he started regaining the use of his hands.
Oh, wow.
And he started playing the keyboards and messing with drums, and then he worked into trying to do the guitar. Well, Leonard Skinner held a benefit concert for him. This is before he won his settlement with the company that he worked for, but they held a benefit concert for him to pay for his medical bills. And yeah, he always had this one shirt that read "Freedom" on it, and they had him on stage and they presented him with another similar shirt that said "Freedom" on it, and it was all signed by them, and because he was best friends with Van Sant. He was best friends with the lead singer who had tragically lost his life.
Yeah.
But they held the benefit concert for him, and then just 2 months after that, he passed away. He had a brain aneurysm, and he had re-signed the record deal because he was getting the use back of his hands and all that. So he re-signed the record deal, got rich, of course. Without even releasing a song, they went ahead and paid off his record deal just so that he could have everything he needed medical wise.
Sure.
So that was pretty cool. And of course his parents sold off the house and everything that he bought from it. But the thing was, the 2 months from the time he had that benefit concert until he passed, all those guys, because they're getting close to calling it quits anyways, but they were staying more in Florida all the time, and they showed up just about every single night and jammed with them in the backyard. Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
And he got. It's a good story. It's a fighting story. He wouldn't give up.
Right.
And in the end, he, the last thing he did was shit he loved to do was music,
Right.
up until the end, I should say. That's awesome.
Oh yeah. And his dad was the one that I think I told you about it before. He was the record distributor for Sun Records when Elvis and Johnny Cash. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Oh yeah.
It's past medicine time.
Yeah, past medicine time.
Right? Where is Papa Craig?
Yeah.
Well, guys, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Figured
good
I'd
to see you, Mogs.
jump in and say hi and BS a little.
You know you can come back anytime.
I know.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
like having you.
I appreciate it.
it.
Yeah, anytime, guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Good to see a lot of new names in chat that I don't see over on, my channel.
right.
That's awesome.
You guys go give some love to Mogs
Yep.
on Tuesdays and Thursday nights. 9 Eastern, 8 Central.
Yep.
Go check him out.
Yeah.
And the lovely Stevie B.
Yeah. We'll be
And,
there.
and congratulations on your 20th.
Oh,
Thank
That's
you.
awesome. I lost count. I don't know where I'm at.
I actually asked him, I said, are you going to number every one of them? And he goes,
Probably.
yep.
Yeah.
No. I used to, in the beginning, like put in the description who was there that night and whatever. And I just got lazy and got away from it. So, hey, what episode was I on? I have no idea, dude.
I just figured if I put a number to it, then I have something to reference to. If I'm
No, it's good. No.
Yeah.
Some of mine got taken down. Like two got taken down for like medical misinformation or something where a guest said something and
yeah.
the algorithm picked up on it, and
Entertainment.
so I kind of have to figure out what I don't know what show I'm on. I know I'm approaching 500.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, like you said, it was 4 years, not too many months back. It was you celebrated your 4th year.
In May, well, I'm in my 5th. I think I gotta look. It's I think around May or maybe July. I gotta look and see when it's first time wise when the 5th year is. When I've completed 5 years, but
Wow.
it's just I still go. What am I doing? Like, how is it 5 years and this many shows and
You're making friends.
that many hours and and I'm where I am now. I live where I am because of YouTube,
Yeah.
because of Bigfoot, because of the people involved. And,
Yeah.
My best friend Stevie is, we met in paranormal portal chat
Yeah.
the first time,
So you made friends, and just like, okay, we live in Oklahoma, you live in Florida. What are the chances? I mean, come on now.
When I started, I was living in Arizona.
Okay. So yeah, it's amazing. So, but like I think I've told it many times, that I don't think I would ever in my life thought I'd be doing this, talking about cryptids and Bigfoot and all this stuff before I met him, because I didn't believe in it. Go figure that one.
What's my favorite color?
Oh, what?
Michelle asked.
Turquoise.
Turquoise.
Turquoise. Okay. Christy, you have heard Merle Haggard's son. Yes, Ben.
Yep.
Ben sings just like his dad.
All of his boys sound just like him.
His
when they
brothers
sing.
do too.
Yeah.
And if you actually get to ever hear my son, he sounds like him too. Believe it or not. Connor does a really good rendition of Merle Haggard.
Yeah.
So.
All right, Mogs. Well, we're about to cut out of here.
But
All right,
much love, guys.
Yeah.
You guys have a wonderful evening, or rest of your night, I should say. What time is it? It's 11 o'clock. Damn.
Yeah. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. I'll be doing this again tomorrow. All right, guys. Have a wonderful night.
Yep, you
All right,
too,
you
Mo.
too.
Everybody in chat, take care. Good to see you.
See you
Good night.
later.
Night.
Night.
That was
Woohoo!
awesome having him come in here.
Yep, sure was.
Yeah, y'all make sure you check his YouTube channel out.
It's What the Fascination, WTF.
Mogi on Monster.
Yeah, well, we call it WTF.
Yeah.
But every Tuesday and Thursday, 9 Eastern.
Yeah. So with that being said, I want to thank everybody in the chat for showing up. As always, it was fun and really, really great to see everybody come in here. Remember, we are on every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's 9 p.m. Eastern. Next week, hopefully, weather permitting, we might be outside. Maybe. But yeah, I'm gonna be working on the video, like I said, for the weekend. Try to get that up as soon as I can.
We'll let everyone know when we drop the premiere.
But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say goodnight because I'm getting a little tired. So good night, everybody. Stay safe.
Just remember, be kind
And
keep squatching.
good night, everybody.
Whispers in the woods where shadows play. Legends come alive at the break of day. Footsteps echo loud, but no one's there. Bigfoot's lurking in the midnight air. Sovereign house beneath the moonlit gloom. Eyes that shine like fire in a room of doom. Poltergeist dancing, moving through the halls. Ancient secrets breaking through the walls. O.C.S.T is more than a name. Bigfoot and stuff, it's a whole new game. Chasing the truth in a silent night. Empowered by the mystery, fueled by the fright. Cryptids in your mind, let your wonder grow. The hidden world is ours to know. From the forest deep to the attic's dust. O.C.S.T, we're learning to trust. Tracks in the snow where the brave won't tread. Hidden voices calling from the things we've read. The unknown things with a haunting sound. Power in us as the tunes go around. O.C.S.T, it's more than a name. Bigfoot and stuff, it's a whole new game. Chasing the truth in a silent night. Empowered by the mystery, fueled by the fight. O.C.S.T, it's more than a name. Bigfoot and stuff, it's a whole new game. Chasing the truth in the silent night. Empowered by the mystery, fueled by the fight. Fueled by the fight.